American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Denver-like weather here tonight. And a special treat on the ice for the Dallas Stars fans. Dropping the puck this evening, Texas Rangers second baseman Ian Kinsler, the two-time American League defending champion Rangers. Bobby, we're twice, one strike away, twice. It's still got to be none at a guy like this.
It's been 7 days. The cloud of depression is raising, and then when it does, everyone gets over the World Series disappointment. They obviously feel great about back-to-back pennants, and Kinsler a huge part of that thing, so great to have him out here. The wheel in the sports sky keeps on turning, Ralph.
Ian Kinsler had a really nice postseason, and he played well in the World Series.
Yeah, and, you know, it's a really good show of what, you know, building a team from within and kind of growing it for a while can really do for an organization. And I think the Stars draw some inspiration from that, as should everyone. I mean, back-to-back pennants, come on.
It's very hard to get to the top, and those guys did a very nice job. A couple of guys here that hope their teams will have as much success. Let's begin with Mr. Lehtinen.
Yeah, and he needs no introduction, it seems. The NHL starting to take note as he is off to a spectacular start. Anytime you get a save percentage up in the 95 range, you're just stopping everything. He's been locked in and really off to a heck of a start. Semyon Varlamov has been brought in as part of kind of an overhaul in goal for Colorado. And another big goalie, Ralph. What else is new, right? Every goalie in this league is over 6 feet tall, it seems. And Varlamov, another big body who plays a similar style to Lehtinen.
Varlamov, originally a first-round pick. He went 23rd overall by the Washington Capitals. Traded here for a first and a second, traded to Colorado. Ryan O'Reilly wins the opening faceoff. That's Ryan Wilson and Eric Johnson on the back end. All 6 of the Avalanche defensemen and their 2 goaltenders have either been acquired by trade or through free agency in the last 2 years.
You'll note Michael Ryder up there with Eriksson and Ben. That's an adjustment as Steve Ott sits out tonight.
And here comes Eriksson, shot at Varlamov. Makes the catch and hangs on. The faceoff will come to the young Russian's right.
And Glenn Gaulson did talk about Steve Ott being out tonight, what that means. It means more Jamie Benn on the penalty kill. It also means he needs other guys to bring the emotion, but he feels good about the way his roster is stacked now with guys where he doesn't count so much on Steve Ott to always bring the noise. He's got a cast of gentlemen who can do that.
Surrey, speaking of bringing the noise, rang that one off Milan Hajduk. Surrey holding his ground at the line. Duchesne trying to take off. Surrey plays him with the stick. Robida has position. Duchesne, however, will not be so easily deterred. Burrish chipped it ahead. Burrish is on this line. That's odd spot to Ribeiro's right. Morrow, the other winger. We'll try and set things up for you here early. Surrey and Robida on the back end for Dallas. And an icing call coming against Colorado, so they will have to leave that crew out there. It's Stastny, Duchesne, and Hajduk for the Colorado Avalanche. I missed the 35-year-old Finn who has 11 straight 20-goal seasons.
Well, and Adam Burrish up there got a real look in his eye when he was asked about playing with Ribeiro and Morrow and just how that changes his job description. And it should be a real abrasive line with Morrow and Burrish heading for the net and cycling, the big cycle game tonight, which will be key.
That's what this line does very well. And this one pops up. Varlamov will hold it. That'll give Joe Sacco a chance to change if he would like. Dallas Stars are 8-3 in the young season. They have not played a game for almost a week, yet they still hold down the top spot in the Pacific Division. They have, however, only a 2-point lead on San Jose, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. So this would be a good one to get before the long road trip.
And we know long layoffs, sometimes you kind of tiptoe into the game, so they're certainly looking for intensity right off the bat tonight.
They'd like to get it out of this fourth line. Chris Barch back in the lineup again tonight for successive games. Jake Dowell back in the net. Toby Peterson, the other guy on that trio, and that's Peterson along the boards. Scraped past him out to center ice, and up come the Avalanche with the puck. And they are offside as Ryan O'Byrne had the puck, and Ghilardi was a step ahead of the play.
Joe Sacco, the coach of the Avalanche, and a guy who's also playing with his lines to try to jumpstart the 5-on-5 play of the Avalanche. Their power play is out of this world. But you certainly can't depend on that. You have to score at equal strength, and that's why they put Duchesne and Stastny together to try to get them both going offensively at 5-on-5.
They are 7-5 in the young season. They started out winning 5 of their first 6, but they've lost 4 of their last 6 overall. As I mentioned, way better on the road, though. Radek Dvorak, Vern Fiddler, and Eric Nystrom back on the ice for Glenn Gulutzan, and the puck knocked out of play.
You know, and I think we see from both these teams just how year to year doesn't hold form in the NHL these days. Last year, the Avalanche couldn't win a game on the road, and now they've taken off and pretty much won every game they've played on the road with that mark you talked about at 6-1. They just got to get going at home, where they only have 6 goals in 5 home games.
Yeah. And their record reflects that, 1-4. Much of the disappointment of not only the team but the fan base. Like Dallas having their issues right now. Dvorak elegantly through center, and he'll fire it in. Varlamov unable to cut it off. That's Fiddler along the boards. Nystrom trying to beat Wilson to the puck in the corner. Out to the line, Daly held it. Nystrom heaves it along. Fiddler back of the net. Wants Dvorak. Found him. Couldn't get it to a shooting position. Peered over his shoulder and then drops it back deep again for Fiddler. He's got McClement on his back. McClement lost his stick in the pursuit. Puck goes out to center ice. Daly kept it away, and now it's Wilson moving in. Stars in good defensive position here. Pushing the NCAA, and there's the kid, Landeskog, number 92, young Swede. He'll turn 19 on November 23rd. And keep your eye on big 92. He usually look at the front of the net. O'Brien put it in, backhand shot, and O'Reilly missed it. It came squirting out. And Ben with a lead pass to Eriksson. Ryder galloping to join. Eriksson into the zone. In front to Ryder. And it's just wide.
Boy, great back-to-back with chances right there with a nice centering pass from Eriksson.
Winnick put it on, and a pad stop Lettman. That's the defenseman Quincy deep in the zone. Landeskog in the corner. Robidas has him engaged. Surrey coming in to help. Winnick puts it back out. O'Brien held it into the line. Quincy shot. Landeskog down in front, and the Stars cleared away. They'll take the icing penalty, but I think there you see Landeskog, the icing.
Yeah, Landeskog not worried about dealing with Sheldon Surrey right away, but a couple nice scoring chances here. Real incisive pass, and you don't want to give up that chance to O'Reilly right down the middle. He can certainly finish that opportunity. Louis Eriksson goes wide, looking for Ryder right down Main Street. And nothing there on the conversion. And then look at the struggle in front of the net as Surrey clears the puck and takes the icing.
Paul Stastny and Jamie Ben. Colorado, an excellent face-off team, top 5 in the NHL. They win eventual possession of this draw. It's been even early in the game. Ben cuffed Duchesne right at the line as the puck escaped.
I got away with one there.
Robida, a long pass in front of a changing Dallas bench. Burish going in after that Morrow pass. Varlamov handing it over. Eric Johnson whips it away from the trouble. Comes back to Stastny at center ice. Wilson to Stastny into the zone for Hayduk. Pumps it, save Lettman, and he'll gather up the rebound before Stastny can stash it.
Well, Milan Hayduk, still the type of sniper that, I mean, you want to talk about familiar names and going back to the heyday of this rivalry, Ralph. Gosh, the Avalanche Stars, 2 of the very best series I've ever seen with the 99 and 2000 Western Conference Finals. Milan Hayduk is the one constant, really, and has that streak of 20-goal seasons.
35-year-old Czech Hayduk. Here come the Avs on the prowl. David Jones has had a great early season. 5 goals. He had 27 last year. Sort of a breakout year for him, and he started out this season too, number 54 for Colorado. Party was able to wrestle it away. Burish to Ribeiro, trying to get a step on O'Byrne, turns away from him, trip, shot it, save, Varlamov. Ribeiro fighting for the puck again. He manages to take it away and then give it right back to Jones. Comes to center, finds the stripe for the change. Almost 5 minutes gone in the first period. Shots 4-2 in favor of Colorado. And Glenn Gulutzan said this morning they don't want to get into a north-south game, a speed game, a trade rushes game with Colorado.
No, get the puck in deep and ground and pound. Get the cycle game going, and don't try to get into track meet with the young legs of Colorado.
Dave McClement from center ice. Jeff Kovacic, speaking of speed, and Grossman rubbed him out. Nystrom with the puck up the boards to Fiddler. Here come the Stars 3-on-2 as they hit the line as Daly joins. Trevor Daly shot it, hit a leg and went wide.
Good secondary support there from Daly.
McClement back into Dallas ice. McLeod driving toward the net. That's Quincy. Shot it, save, rebound, score! Jay McClement. First point of the season as that puck came bounding off of Letnin's pad, and Colorado strikes first.
Yeah, and you know, you get in the fourth line, and McClement's always a guy who stands out in games against the Stars. Goes to the net there, and that's certainly not the way they wanted to get this game going, is allowing a goal to the checking line, but in transition, just everyone's got to lock up and have a man. McClement got a little daylight there and buried it.
And that's his first goal, first point of the season against a Dallas Stars team that has allowed now only 4 first-period goals in a dozen games.
Kind of an underrated part of that trade, the Eric Johnson for Stewart trade. Don't sleep on Jay McClement joining.
Ryder in, pulled it down. Wilson forced him away. Robidas shot blocked and out to center off Landeskog. Surrey pounding it in. Varlamov got enough of it. Ryan Wilson took an odd hop right to Winnick at his own line. Surveys his options, tosses it over. Wilson back to Eric Johnson. Offside again against Colorado, but the Avs lead the Dallas Stars early in this game. An opportunistic goal by Jay McClement has Colorado in front 1-0 early in Dallas.
Stay tuned for the Miller Lite Taste of Greatness moment coming up later in the broadcast. And a early goal, Jay McClement with the goal tonight. And boy, when you talk about the Avalanche problems at 5-on-5, when you get that fourth line to chip in, that's a very promising start for Joe Sacco and the Avalanche. Now the Stars need to answer, Ralph.
On the road, no problems for the Avalanche. It's at home where they've had the issues. As the old line goes, they're playing so well on the road, they'll get home ice advantage in the playoffs.
And it's weird how that goes, because obviously you play with a swagger, and you really can't put a finger on why you're better on the road, but they get in a groove.
Morrow failed to get that puck deep. Duchesne in transition to Hayduk. Shot and a pad save. Kari Lettinen. Turnover at the opposition line resulted in that chance. Surrey able to keep Duchesne away. Bounces into the zone and off. You can hear that. Off the Colorado bench. That was linesman Steve Miller. You want to do a fly like an eagle thing here or anything?
He's being very clear about the reason for the call. You know, obviously playing on the road, you get second, or you get first change, so they can match up against you. You're not in your own bed, but you are away from the distractions of home. And like I said, it's exactly the opposite of what they did last season, and they will take it in the early going. Now, as is, there's always something to complain about, though, and you gotta do better than one win on home ice.
They'll try and sort that out. Here, a good start for Joe Sacco's boys. Joachim Lindstrom put it in. Trevor Daly there with Moriarty, and he rubbed them out. Fiddler put it up the boards. Ryan held it in. Shot does not get through as the Stars were swarming in front of Kari Lettinen, and they clear at the center ice. Now what do we got?
Looks like we have glass requiring repair. You know, when you talk about the long layoff, the concern always is, can they leave the starting blocks ready to roll? Can they be smooth? And tonight I think we're seeing some untimely turnovers. And there's a nice spider web on the glass, so we'll have a small delay. But you just, it is always a question about, can you take 5 or 6 days off, game speed, and get out with a good start? And so far, the Stars are probably asking that question.
We will take a break, and the Stars will get to talk things over here. 1-0 Colorado.
A shot of Stars defenseman Nick Grossman with his new little face decoration. 60 stitches the other night, and just an absolutely gruesome moment, and a kind of one of those things that make you wonder why all the cool kids aren't wearing visors or face cages or something like that. It is just the skate across the face right there, just so gruesome. And you fear about what might have happened there. And you also think back to other incidents in the National Hockey League over the years. The skate, certainly not a toy, Ralph. That could do a lot of damage. In fact, Steve Ott was giggling about the nostril kind of getting tore off. Everyone giggles when it's not them.
Right.
But you do wonder if in 10 years we'll wonder about the era where guys didn't wear face masks. Almost like the era back when they didn't wear helmets at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes you wonder, Ralph.
Yeah. Well, and you know, and I know there's so much made about, you know, it's the player's choice and all of those things, but the other part of that is, you know, the owners and the teams have a lot invested in these premium assets, and at some point, don't they too get to say, you know, I want my guys looked after. Now, I don't know if shields are the answer, but at some point, do they not have at least something to say about that?
Oh, I think in all sports we're seeing ownership get involved with protecting their assets and keeping them available. And you know, it's obviously a sensitive topic, and the players do like to have control over whether they wear what they wear and when they wear it. But you know, at some point, it's just there's a lot at stake here. Boy, and you talk about the toughness of hockey players, and Nick Grossman in particular. 60 stitches, which sounds really, really bad, but then you consider that they're, I believe, first going in and stitching the muscle back together and trying to work around the nerves, and then they go to the skin. I mean, it's just, and the timing that close to Halloween. You know, it's at least convenient for that, but what a dude. I certainly like the safety of the booth. Yes.
They've repaired the broken pane of glass, and this is not a terrible thing for Dallas, but outshot 7-2, trail 1-0, and Glenn Gulletson got a longer than normal timeout to sort of regather and settle his troops.
Absolutely. You know, I did want to make one last point on the Grossman thing, just to be fair. If he does have a visor on, there's a good chance the skate still gets him.
No question. That's absolutely correct.
So visor is not the answer to everything.
No. Like I said, there are lots of voices that perhaps need to be heard from on the issue.
And then there are those who say if you go with a full face cage, then the players get more reckless.
That's right. They feel invincible. Back to play in American Airlines Center. Adam Party slugs it out to center ice. Mark Fistrick is the odd man out on the back end for the Stars. Tom Wandel a scratch, and Steve Ott with that hip injury not playing tonight or Sunday in Carolina. Kari Lehtinen back of his net, set it up, squeeze it off. Goligoski in a tough spot. Daniel Winnick, Landeskog back of the net. O'Reilly, who leads them in scoring, coming into play tonight. O'Brien back out to the line. Quincy's shot. Goligoski blocks that. There's a chance now to get it ahead, and does, to Louis Eriksson. Colorado waiting at center ice, and it's O'Brien stepping up on Jamie Benn. Eriksson bouncing off the hit in the corner, but he can't get over Kyle Quincy. Colorado dumps the puck to center ice. Party re-engaging Dallas's attack. Winnick took it away from him. Shoots it over to Quincy, who missed 55 games last season, the last 55 with a shoulder injury. Back and ready for this year. He shot it in. Party right up the middle. Ribeiro kicked it on to Morrow. They'll bring it across. Ribeiro slides it back to the net. Burish beating Quincy to the puck. Back for Ribeiro. Bobbled it. Duchesne quickly and aggressively on top of him. Morrow back of the net for Burish. Knocked to the ice by Quincy. Duchesne popped it forward to Stastny, and out comes Milan Hajduk to center ice. Johnson joining him at the line. Hajduk chipped it away from Sure, and then Robidoux with position slides it along. Burish trying to contain against Duchesne. Peeling off the boards, Duchesne setting Johnson up. He'll give it to Duchesne, shooting it. Ribeiro blocked it. Duchesne carrying on. Shot, save Lehtinen, and he'll cover in the blue paint. Colorado comes at you quickly. Tonight's Stars game on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Amica Insurance. It's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. For more information, visit amicatexas.com.
The Avalanche trying to get Matt Duchesne going at his normal pace, and Kari Lehtinen with a real big save there to kind of bail things out. This is very difficult from the ladies' tees, as the Razor might say, but Kari closing the legs quickly there and not giving up a rebound. That's a big one.
McClement with a clean win against Dowell. O'Byrne's shot. They have both Ryan O'Byrne and Shane O'Brien on the back end, and this one popped.
And Ryan O'Reilly.
And Ryan O'Reilly. St. Patrick's Day is a big holiday for the Colorado Avalanche. Jake Dowell getting back into the things tonight too. And he'll try it again at center with Stastny. Stastny beat him.
This is a big line for the Stars in terms of intensity and ramping up the physicality to try to get this thing jump-started a little bit.
Right now they're trying to control in their own zone. McLeod, McClement, Kovacic wrestling for the puck. That's McClement, the goal scorer. Out to the line for O'Byrne. Shuffling it deep for McLeod. Dowell takes the man, McClement the puck. Looking out, then spinning back. Pass hit a skate. Toby Peterson unable to get out. And a good shift for that line for Colorado. Here comes Daly up to center ice. Shooting it off Varlamov and wide. Fiddler's alone, help coming on the change behind him. He shot it around the boards. Pumped out to center ice. Nystrom abrasively ahead toward Dvorak, who's tied up. Penalty coming up here against the Stars, I believe. Is it Dvorak? We'll check it out, let you know when we come back. Midway through the first period, Colorado leads Dallas 1-0.
Stars take a penalty, or so you think. Radek Dvorak there in the box for 2 minutes for high sticking. We have the benefit of super slow-mo and great replays like this, but when you do look at them, and again, it's not a live time, Ralphie, but that's Lidstrom's stick that catches his teammate David Jones in the face. That was not Dvorak's stick.
And the league's best power play on the road at 38.1% going to work here. Dallas's penalty killing has been good, and especially here where they're 90% on home ice. The irresistible force and the immovable object. Johnson passing it off. Hayduk looking toward the front of the net. Johnson shot blocked by Adam Burish, and Vernon Fiddler off the boards and down.
A huge kill here. If the Stars can get out of this, they've just had a very slow start, and this is not where you want this Colorado Avalanche power play to get it again. Jamie Benn filling in for Steve out there, and they seem to be in good hands. He's killed plenty of penalties.
In his young career, Hayduk tossed that one away. Hayduk leads Colorado with 3 power play goals. Here comes Jones, their overall goal leader. Kicking it to Stastny. Hayduk leaving it for Jones in the corner. Lindstrom put it back of the net. That's Jones. Off for Hayduk. Out to Johnson. All 6 of his assists this year have come on the power play. Lindstrom put it down, gave it to Johnson. Lindstrom crossed the ice for Hayduk. Midway through this Colorado power play. They don't have a sniff yet. Johnson shooting, save off the glove at the side of the net. Erickson there to clear it out.
Wow. Very, very close call there for the Stars.
35 left on Dvorak's first minor penalty of the season. Kovacic handing it along. Wilson missed everybody, and O'Reilly trying to steady it. That's Duchesne along the boards. Party went over to contest. Kovacic spins off the check, takes it back of the net. Party fighting him with the stick. That's Duchesne. Twisting away from Goligoski. 10 left on the power play. Duchesne shots, score! He bore a hole right through Kari Lehtinen. And the Colorado Avalanche power play on the road keeps rolling along. That might be the only shot they had on that man advantage, but it's good enough for a 2-0 lead.
Well, flirting with disaster. Here's the goal that almost was in a game of inches as Jones pokes at it, but the Stars are able to clear it. But then Matt Duchesne, we can talk about him all night because he does this, and a wicked wrister right through the legs, it looked like, of Kari Lehtinen. And it's only his 3rd goal. He scored his 2nd against the Kings the other night on a jump over the blue line, let a wrister go, and he's starting to get going, which is what they intended tonight by putting him with Paul Stastny and Milan Hayduk.
Last year he became the youngest player in franchise history to lead the team in scoring. He had 27 goals, 67 points. Ribeiro trying to get one back. Sure. Robidat. Ribeiro threw it in front. That's off Burish and wide. Landeskog up ahead. Colorado has a 2-0 lead. They've outshot Dallas 10-2. Gagliardi put it back out to the line. Yonheda's shot wrestled away. Burish will clear. So the Stars have not had much going here in the opening frame after a 5-day layoff. Shane O'Brien hoisting it in. Grossman back behind his net. McLeod pressuring Daly. Colorado backing out for the change. Grossman has room to Eriksson at center. Chips it past McClement, takes the line, gives it to Ben. Back to Louis Eriksson. Shot it off a stick and over Semyon Varlamov's head. The guy whose name we have not called.
Yeah, and that's obviously a major concern when you talk about where the puck has been. It's been in the Stars' end quite a bit here in the early going, as shots indicate, 10-2, but the Stars certainly want to get a cycle game going. We just haven't seen any of that, and Eriksson and Ben and Michael Ryder could go a long way in pushing back here with some more intensive offensive shifts.
Daly from the line. Eriksson to the corner for Ben. Has Ryder in front, and that one cleaned up by Quincy. Eriksson took it away. Ryder in the corner, back around. Eriksson again going in after it. Quincy got it away. Stastny to center ice. Hayduk gave it back to him at the Dallas line. Played with a Dallas high stick, which will stop the clock. 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the opening period. Colorado has goals from McClement, assisted by Kyle Quincy, Kobasu, and O'Reilly with the helpers on Duchesne's power play tally.
Well, they're trying to get Michael Ryder going a little bit as well. A new addition, obviously, after a deep summer with the Boston Bruins. And just when you look at him, a guy who generally is around the 50-point barrier, and through 11 games, he has a 3 goals and 1 assist. So he's more productive. That puts him on pace for about 30 points. And they just want to jumpstart him. What a great place to do it with Ben and Eriksson.
Ribeiro's line out there now to Morrow back of the net in front to Burish, and O'Reilly had that one all figured out. Planted as he came across the line was Landeskog. Centering feed off Lettinen. Dicey again in front. Robidas for Ribeiro, and out they come. 4 of them at the Colorado line. Ribeiro wanted to go to the middle. Souray was there. Burish held up back of the net. Morrow comes in to find the puck. Rammed it off the boards. Goligoski is shot. Blocked by Varlamov. 2 Stars fall in front, and the Avs clear it. Goligoski bringing it back up through center ice off the changers. Fiddler shooting wide of the net. Fiddler shoulder to shoulder with Ryan O'Byrne in the corner. Duchesne and Nystrom join the party. Fiddler persistent in getting that puck. Looking out to the line for Party. Passing across. Goligoski is shot wide. Dvorak gives it back to Party. Duchesne gobbled that up. And he'll flip it back out to center.
That's better, though, the last couple of minutes. Stars pushing back here just a little bit, and maybe it starts with a little physicality as that man, Stefan Robidas, with a big hit on the 18-year-old Landeskog. And, boy, you watch Colorado play, Ralph. Landeskog is one of those 18-year-olds who just doesn't seem impressed with the NHL. He's here. He's ready to throw hits and take hits. Here's a chance on the other end with the Stars doing what they need to do with that line, which is send Burish and Morrow to the goal mouth, and good things should happen. But I always wonder about an 18-year-old who's just not impressed with anything, and he's ready to play NHL hockey. They got a good one there.
Came over from Sweden to play 2 years in the Ontario Hockey League. Wanted the competition. A lot of times they'll stay an extra year in Sweden. Didn't do it. Now he's here. A few weeks shy of his 19th birthday. Colorado has the puck again. Jan Hejda shot it. Peterson to one knee to block it, and he's trying to get to the ricochet at center. Barch up ahead and into the zone for Gower. Falls along the board, so Byrne was there with a stick. Peterson with Hejda. Shots are 10-3 Colorado. And the Avs have 2 first-period goals. Coming into the game tonight, Dallas had given up 3 first-period goals in 11 games total. And they give it away to O'Reilly. Landeskog shot it, saved Lettinen. The 11th Colorado shot. Tom Thumb Stars Kids Club is back by popular demand. Sign your child up today, and he or she will get lots of great goodies, including 2 free tickets courtesy of Tom Thumb and a private Kids Club only event. Sign your child up today at DallasStars.com.
You know, the trend recently is the Stars are surrendering fewer shots per game. Down from the first half dozen games this season, it's dropped quite a bit. Tonight, a swing in the other direction as Colorado leading with 11 shots already. But Glenn Galton just talks about how the game is becoming a little more second nature, as opposed to everyone thinking the new style and where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do. It's coming a little more natural.
Colorado has the puck again. Winnick trying to burrow in under Stefan Robidoux. Erickson there to help. Moved it over, and full pinch from O'Brien. O'Reilly covering at the line. Erickson spins it out. Ben's in a foot race that he will not win. So he'll save his energy. Icing against Dallas.
And that's something you will see at times, is when you do get pinned in your own end, and it wasn't too bad in that particular occasion, but you do take the ice, and of course that lengthens shifts, and you can get into trouble there. In this particular spot, though, Stars have spent the last few minutes pushing up the ice a little bit better, and I think they need to answer quickly how Colorado's come out of the gates.
Stars win this faceoff. Surrey up ahead, but not out. In front is Hayduk. Penalty coming up against the Stars as they're chasing again in their own zone. And Dallas has already surrendered a power play goal. We'll have a big kill here to end the first.
Yeah, just a little off balance.
Dallas number 73, minor, hooking.
And that's a line that can certainly knock you off balance, but very aggressive. You have defensemen jumping in. Wilson right there. When this line's out there, look for the Avalanche to push a fourth man into the attack and really play with an aggressive nature about them.
Stars had killed 8 out of 9 over the last 2 games coming in, but Colorado scored on their initial shot, or their initial burst. Their second first period power play. Dallas yet to enjoy the man advantage. They have not had the puck much. David Jones on his own. Stars surround him. Hayduk, Jones, and Stastny with Johnson and Lindstrom at the blue line. Fiddler with the clear. Lama will tee it up. And here comes Colorado. Pass ahead to Jones. His left to Johnson. Robidoux through the shoulder at it. Colorado maintains the puck. Jones went down. Avs wanted another call. They don't get it. They do keep the puck in the zone. Lindstrom, the shot blocked by Adam Burish, stays in.
He does that so well.
Surrey took it away from Jones. Stastny up the boards. Nystrom protecting it, and good job to clear. Minute remaining on the Ryder Minor. 2:10 to play in the opening frame. 2-0 Colorado as the Stars get back to work tonight. Lindstrom shot it in from center ice. The faceoff will come outside the Dallas zone.
Well, and one particular trend that the Stars do want to shore up is how many power plays they surrender. And, you know, that's a bit of a discrepancy from the amount of power plays they are on. And just when you are killing a lot of penalties, you can do it at a high percentage, but the more you have to kill, obviously, it becomes problematic. And they're taking a lot of penalties so far this season. They need to try to get that into line.
Kovacic, the free agent signee over the summer, got it in, but Peterson chips it away, and there he goes with Dowell. A 2-on-1, Quincy back. Peterson couldn't get it away from Quincy. Toby Peterson had 2 goals last year, just 2, but they were both shorthanded, and he opted not to shoot there.
And he looks like one of the better skaters tonight for the Stars, with a real burst from his own end.
Duchesne to the line for Quincy. Duchesne. Quincy straight away. Passing off to Wilson, back to Quincy. Over for Wilson. Shot, tip, save, Lettman. They try and squeak one in from behind, and Kari has the puck as Ryder's penalty expires. They get through that, but again, it was almost the first shot, which came late on that power play, that got past the Dallas goaltender.
Yeah, the net drive of the Avalanche is really good tonight. Here comes Toby Peterson shorthanded and looking for a chance. That's it's difficult to second guess. There wasn't a lot there, but good burst of speed. But here on the other end, it's once again net drive, traffic, and trying to get rebounds is the best way. I mean, everyone's trying to figure out how to deal with Kari Lettinen, and that's a great way. The Avalanche have a very sound strategy going.
Ribeiro in, sliding it across Surrey, picking it up deep in the zone, going all the way around behind the net. O'Byrne on his back. Flipped it to Ribeiro, who now has to play from both knees as McClement took him down. Burish rescues the puck. Ribeiro back of the net. Fighting for it, giving it to Morrow. Ribeiro. McClement immediately attacked him. Puck goes to Burish. Flipped it along to Ribeiro. Couldn't settle it with the skate. Morrow crashing in there with Winnick.
Morrow looks possessed on this shift.
And Burrish took Winnick's stick up in the face, and I don't believe it was seen.
No, but he is in some level of discomfort, and that does not look real good, as he looks like he will head for treatment right away. Let's try to get a look at what happens here. Oh my, the follow through, the wraparound, and that should put the Stars on the job if it's seen. That's, you almost wonder, how could that be missed? That seems like a rather basic call to miss, but it is missed. So Burrish will take the punishment, but there will be no reward from that infraction. And you know, that's one of the realities. If they don't see it, they don't see it. But Adam Burrish's face is asking, how? How do you not see it?
Glenn Gulletson,
oh my,
reacts the same way. No matter what happens, it's like nothing surprises him.
He's got a poker face.
Yeah, and his bench takes on that demeanor. Well, two odd high sticking calls, both going against Dallas in the first period. 12 seconds remaining in the frame. Johnson from center ice ripped it around the boards. Gagliardi took a stiff elbow from Stefan Robidas. And he really got his money's worth.
Yeah, he really did there.
Dallas penalty number 3, 2 minutes wrapping.
As the puck wraps around, Robidas goes to meet Gagliardi and does get the elbow and the forearm up. Catches him right in the chops, and you got to be a little bit more under the radar to pull that out on the ice. So now, once again, we talk about the Stars taking a lot of infractions. They haven't been done right by the officials totally tonight, but there really could be no complaints on that.
Quincy, and on the rebound, Duchesne missed the net, or it would be 3-0. And Colorado came in here and ran over the Dallas Stars in the opening period. The Stars guilty of some transgressions, but almost went down 3-0.
Yeah, you hate to say that it could be worse, but it could be worse. Duchesne right here from a very key spot. Just cannot get the puck handled right there, and it goes right through the goal mouth. Stars very lucky only to be down 2. Go to the room, hit Control-Alt-Delete, and reboot this thing. You got 40 minutes to get it back, but let's be honest, Ralph, they've played way better periods of hockey than this one.
And so they trail 2-0 after 20 minutes in Dallas. More to come from the American Airlines Center when we recommence.
Airline Center, and this stat is a bit alarming. They say in hockey circles they generally even out. So far this season, the Stars have taken way more penalties than their opponents. -14 heading into the evening, a -3 in the first period. That puts them only short of Ottawa as far as conceding way more power plays than they get. And I don't know if that stat's talked about enough, Ralph, just in terms of, we all talk power play percentage, but 75% of a few is still
right.
Not where you need to be. I mean, you need a volume of power plays as well, so that's a trend to keep an eye on.
Stars have 2 power plays or fewer in 5 of their 11 games this season. They had nothing in the first. Now in the second, they begin trying to kill off that Robidas minor. On a fresh sheet of ice, there's Duchesne. Threw it across the boards. Wilson. Erickson tried to engage the attack. Daly chases O'Reilly toward the boards. Grossman shouldering off Kobasu. Daly pitching it to Erickson, who swivels away from O'Reilly, but immediately is pressured. O'Reilly picks it up. Wilson, Quincy, wide open, shot it, save, and the rebound goes to the corner. Grossman over there to out-muscle for the puck, but Duchesne steadies it. Looks at the net. Grossman poke-checked it away, and he should get the clear, but Duchesne took it right back. Duchesne doing whatever he wants with the puck across the ice now for O'Reilly. Back to Wilson off the boards. Shot it, Daly blocked it. Ben, finally they get it out. And can't get a change.
Yeah.
Here comes Quincy. They get one guy off. Erickson. Quincy shot. Blocker to the corner. Quincy followed up that shot. Meanwhile, Colorado, with their benches closest to the attacking zone, did get fresh horses. Hayduk takes the pass in the corner. Jones is in front. Out to the line, Johnson. Hayduk, shot it, save, rebound, punched wide. Grossman going over there. Now he lays out on the ice. Colorado rescues. Johnson shifted it down low. Loose in front. Off the tie-up, a shot. That's blocked and then ricochets to the corner. Robita's on. And the Stars somehow get out of this without surrendering a goal so far. Johnson shooting. That's blocked by Ben, but he broke his stick. Otherwise, he'd have been gone. He wants one from the bench and takes it. But it's a little bit too late to the party.
Boy, that was a well-needed change there and a big kill. But, boy, they were playing with fire for a good portion of that 2 minutes.
Dallas kicks it out to center ice. Avalanche just got that change in. Landeskog, Ribeiro tossed him aside as he entered the zone. Party chasing Winnick. Flip past Gagliardi, and here comes Ribeiro. Sidestepping the check. Morrow and Burris wait at the Colorado line. Ribeiro comes to center ice and fires it around. Varlamov stopped it. Jan Hayda gives it to Gabriel Landeskog. Morrow trying to rough him up. Ribeiro ambitious to get that puck. Morrow with the reversal. The Ribeiro back of the net. Centered it off Varlamov. Winnick. He took a hit from Morrow but got it along. Gagliardi. Landeskog stepped away from Party. Shot it. Oh, it went off the post. I think, maybe off the skinny part of Kari's stick, but
there he is
that
again.
kid bounced right back, didn't he?
Yeah, the 18-year-old, he can take a licking, get right back up, and look at this. Attempted little toe drag right around Party, and then goes for the top corner. Lettinen looks like he gets a shoulder on it, but Stars still off balance here as we start the second period. Shots now 17-3 and a post, and the Stars certainly on a spot right now where they have to answer.
Off the tie-up. Dallas stayed close to Colorado in the first period in the face-off department. It was 14-12 in favor of the Avalanche. They're one of the league's better face-off teams. Barch sent it across. Peterson went diving for it. Robida keeping it in at the line. Jake Dowell firing a hopeful shot that Johnson got a part of. Now he'll take the rest of the puck and send it ahead. Cody McLeod with the catch. The abrasive winger going in deep in the Dallas zone. It's turned aside. Peterson gets his skates up ice. Spots Surrey. He'll bomb it from the line. Save Varlamov. The rebound kicked right back out to Surrey. Dowell's without a stick. Stars are changing. Colorado with a little bit of space, and here comes Kyle Quincy. Off McLeod into the Dallas zone. Grossman taking over the puck. 4 minutes into the second period. The Avs lead 2-0. Dallas is a little bit more edgy here in the second period, and a collision in front of the net. Fiddler went bashing in there, and one of them's gone. It might be O'Brien.
Yeah, it looks like it will. Fiddler going hard to the net, and O'Brien finishes him. And the Avalanche take their first penalty. Stars go on the power play job. And they could certainly use a wake-up of the power play, down to just 13% so far on the year, right here, right now.
Avalanche penalty kill this season, very pedestrian, tied for 18th in the NHL, and mid-pack on the road. Dallas going after the puck off the draw. They keep it in. Goligoski, nice play to Morrow, back of the net. Now they'll set it up. Ryder, a shot. He didn't get all of it, but he was set up in the perfect spot.
Absolutely, right in the wheelhouse. Not good contact on the puck there, but more of that. Nice centering pass.
Ryder has one of Dallas's 5 power play goals. No one has more than one. Ribeiro all the way in. Kicked it back out to Goligoski. Robida at the right point. Morrow drops anchor in front of Varlamov. Ribeiro from the half wall. Back out to Goligoski. He'll skate it toward the line. Walk it over and hand it back to Ribeiro. Shooting, tip, save Varlamov. Robida resetting Ribeiro. Winnick on his back. He'll turn it back out to Robida. Over to Ryder. Wants to shoot. Passes to Ribeiro. Shot it. Looking for a stick. He couldn't find it, and out it goes.
Really active shift from Alex Goligoski there on the power play. All over the place, making a difference.
Ribeiro. Quincy shoved him off the puck. Johnson turning right back toward him, but found Winnick. He'll come to center ice and drop it deep, and then is hammered by Robidas, who took the worst.
Robidas has perhaps a bad mood going tonight as he is looking for bodies to hit everywhere.
He looks cranky.
A little bit.
Here comes Ben roaring into the zone for Eriksson. He shoots. Oh, and a save by Lamont. They score!
Well, there you go.
That puck worked its way up over Varlamov and into the net. We'll look at it again, but it appears as if Dallas has cut this lead in half.
They'll take style points, but Ben goes in with a head of steam. Nice pass to Eriksson. The puck initially comes right back to him off Heda, and he fires it right back at Varlamov, and now look at the puck handcuff him as he uses his blocker to pretty much put it into his own net.
Will Byrne hit it in?
I think it went off the blocker.
Yeah. Well, Byrne helped it.
Yeah.
Watch his glove come in and wham.
Yeah.
Knock his goalie's glove, and there it is.
It's just a panic situation, but that all starts with a great centering pass, and you put the puck on net. That's big right there. That's a good answer. They'll be very pleased and feel a gust of wind in their sails.
Louis Eriksson's team-leading 7th goal of the season. Just 3 off the NHL lead, which coming into play was 10 tonight. Power play goal for the Stars. And although it was a little bit of a scrambly penalty kill, they did come out with a snarl in the second period.
Yeah. And to get the power play, get a little confidence there. That's certainly been an issue. Just 5 for 38 on the season until that goal. And maybe that gets them going here tonight because, frankly, the first 20-plus minutes, not where they wanted to be, but that's a nice answer.
Number 14, Jamie Benn.
Another one bounced in on Varlamov. There's Ryder in the corner.
Wasn't quite sure on that puck heading into him. Handcuffed him a bit.
Surrey got that one toward the net. It's deflected up high. Cleared to center. Nystrom chipped it back across. Ben and Goligoski with the assists on that Louis Eriksson power play goal at 5:39. Fiddler found the Colorado zone. Fiddler then fighting back, found the puck, and he goes right into Shane O'Brien. Collared by Kyle Quincy. And the Stars putting up a stink. That's hard to play against. That's what Glenn Gulletson wants. You'll get all 60 minutes from this group this year, and Dallas has cut back into the lead. It is 2-1 Colorado after that Eriksson goal. Email from the NHL situation when we were talking about this between periods. Under Rule 60.1, a player is permitted accidental contact on an opponent if the act is committed as a normal windup or follow-through of a shooting motion. I guess you could argue that 180 feet from the opposition net, you're not shooting the puck. I mean,
I think you could do more than argue.
I guess it was a shooting motion, even though he's not shooting the puck. Depending on what kind of a barrister you are, you may or may not be able to get your client acquitted.
I don't really buy their interpretation there, but if they think 180 feet away in the opposite direction constitutes a shot, I suppose.
Well, I'll tell you, the situation room, and we talked about this at the meetings this year. Maybe I'll go back to it here when we get a whistle. Gagliardi dumped it off. Shot coming in, and it does not get to the net. Lindstrom tried to put it toward the Dallas goal, but here comes Nystrom the other way, shooting it. Varlamov the save. Fiddler beating Gagliardi to the rebound, hungrier after that puck. He'll take it out toward the line. Party off the blocker. Larson put it back to the net, right to Nystrom. Fiddler swung it in front, but it was behind Dvorak. Out to center ice for Jones. Long pass ahead to Gagliardi, but he is double teamed at the Dallas line. And here comes Chris Barch. Toby Peterson from center ice will shoot it in.
Well, they look like they have a lot more jump right now, Ralph.
Peterson almost took Dowell's head off, but fired it up over the top of the net in the high glass. Dowell twisted up along the boards. Barch shooting it wide of the net. Party off a skate. Peterson covering at the line and then digging in against Kovacic. Puck found its way to center ice. And here's Alex Goligoski skating really well tonight. One of his best assets. taking it toward the front of the net, and then he was sent away. Bursch from the wing. Back of the net for Dowell, who needs to change. Bursch tied up. Goligoski from the line. Back of the net for O'Byrne. Jan Hejda passing ahead. Lindstrom evacuates the zone. And just to finish up, maybe not. There goes Brendan Morrow. Ribeiro for Morrow, back of the net. Spun it in front off Varlamov, and then Bursch got some contact in front, and it's going to be against Colorado again. And Bursch was headed that way. He got a little bit of help. Dallas going on the power play. I did want to say the Situation Room said they're going to be
Colorado, 3-0 Colorado, 2 minutes interference.
And there's the interference call. More communicative with us and getting us those information on those calls. And we thank them for their efforts in doing that to help us explain what their position is.
I think that's a great improvement in the league. Very, very good. This might not always agree with it in this particular case, but no, it's great to have information flow from the league office as opposed to leaving everyone in great question. Bursch draws a penalty, and now the Stars go right back on the job, and momentum is swinging.
1-for-1 in the game, looking to tie it up right here. Ben out to the line for Sure. Passing it to Ben along the boards. Moved it away from Quincy. Erickson to Ben. Good pass through Winnick's legs. Sure hustles over to keep it alive. Daly back of the net for Erickson. Bursch might have got away with picking O'Brien back there. The Avalanche come up with it. They got O'Reilly breaking at center, and he just can't quite make the connection. Lettman chipped into the corner right to O'Reilly. Sidesteps Daly. Colorado has scored 2 shorthanded goals this season, and they're giving Dallas some fits here. Stars will regroup, and up comes Daly. 80 seconds remaining on the man advantage. 2-1 Avalanche. Erickson has the Stars goal. Chase Johnson in the corner. Ben back out toward the line. Daly with a rolling puck to Jamie Benn. Pivots away from Johnson, finds Daly, now to Sure. He'll shoot it. That one's blocked. Staggered Wilson, and back come the Avs again. Gagliardi, Landeskog, and then back to Gagliardi. Out to Hejda. He'll shoot it. Save Lettinen. It dipped on him.
Yeah, you can really see the young Avalanche forwards looking to counter on their penalty kill.
Ryder all the way in, and it was poke-checked away by McClement. Goligoski behind his net. He'll wind it up with half a minute remaining on the O'Byrne minor. Shot it in. Varlamov back of his net to the corner. Ribeiro spins it out to the line. Goligoski pulled it down. Gives it to Robidoux. Only Morrow in front of the net. Here's Ribeiro. Trying to find a man. Feathered it out. There's Ryder shooting. Blocked, and 7 seconds remain on the O'Byrne line.
Boy, and I agree with you that this has been a real solid game for Alex Goligoski in terms of getting the skates going, using that speed. You know, they were really excited to add Sheldon Sure for his point shot on the power play. They want to add it to Goligoski as opposed to kind of replacing it. They want to get them both going. They can play different units on the power play, and you can still have a real big presence on the power play from the blue line.
Party in the power play's dying seconds to Morrow back of the net, and he just missed Ribeiro, and out comes O'Byrne. No real threat to score, and he can't catch up with the puck. Ryder, good catch. He'll take the middle, leave it for Ribeiro. Morrow back of the net to Ryder, in front, off the goaltender's stick. Johnson swivels one out to Duchesne. Throw it into the corner for Stastny. Goligoski got there first. Fiddler around behind, and Duchesne, who's been just a problem tonight, lost Party. Doing whatever he wants whenever he wants to.
Absolutely.
Hejduk to Hejda. His shot does not get through. Loose in front. No one can find it. Party doing a good job to tie up Duchesne, allowing Lettinen to get the whistle. 8:01 remaining in the second period. Dallas with a real push. 2-1 Avs. Number 12, Fox Sports steps into the octagon with an epic heavyweight title fight as the #1 ranked contender in the world, Junior Dos Santos, squares off with undefeated world champion Cain Velasquez in this must-see live event you can catch only on Fox Saturday, November 12th. You'll watch that.
I am so in on that. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
There must be 36 hours in Bob Sturm's day. I don't know how you do it.
Or I have a lot of DVR memory.
Holy
Then
cow.
I watch them and fast forward.
Must be it. You watched 3 Avalanche games this week.
I did.
That's more than the Avalanche coaches watch. Again, Bob Sturm along tonight. Darryl Ray on assignment with Hockey Night in Canada.
Stars have answered with a 6-1 shot advantage since the first Colorado penalty. A lot of that on the power play, but that's that swing and momentum that they were certainly looking for.
Radek Dvorak buried along the boards, and another penalty coming up against Colorado.
Wasn't that something?
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Stars take the first 3 minors and 3 straight for the Avalanche here in the second period.
Colorado minor penalty 55, 2 minutes 40.
Yep.
Finishes off Dvorak on the play.
Yep.
And that is the type of call that you want to make. That's clear board. Now the Stars getting a little swagger back in their game and would certainly like to even things up here.
Adam Burris, Jamie Benn, and Louis Eriksson with Sheldon Surrey and Trevor Daley. Burris digging in with McClement. Stars win it. Ben got it back to Surrey. He'll shoot, score! Oh, man.
He's really good at that.
Good luck.
I feel like we've seen this before.
The hammer makes it 2-2.
Look at Jamie Benn in there helping to fish out that face-off. Set a screen and run with Burris. And there is Surrey to just step into one. And the shaking of the head of Varlamov tells you all you need to know. He heard it, he just didn't see it.
Ben and Burris will assist on Sheldon Surrey's 100th career goal. It is his 4th of the season. Surrey came in sniffing top 10 in defenseman scoring, leading the Stars with a +8 rating. He's been an absolute steal for Joe Nieuwendyk. Here comes Johnson, and Lettinen takes it away with the glove. Johnson did not get a lot on that.
Yeah, Surrey, you know, we can talk about this guy over and over again, and really the only question now is, can he keep up this pace? He's been so good and such a pillar on the blue line that now people are just wondering, does he have longevity? Because there's really no criticism in his play at all. He's been outstanding.
Duchesne looking around again. Stars find it. Here comes Surrey to center ice. Big Shelley puts it in deep. Semyon Varlamov got it up and over Burris. Robidas holding the zone. Out of Burris's reach, back of the net. Surrey poked it deep. Johnson moved it across. Wilson catches up to it, and he'll lead the Avalanche attack. From the wing, a shot. That's off Lettinen. Characteristic loose puck. Colorado's after it. That's Duchesne again. To Stastny in front. Took a whack at it. And a good play by Burris to box out Hayduk. Ribeiro going the other way. He's got Burris and Morrow with him. And Ribeiro knew the hit was coming. Gave one back. And Burris took Stastny down. Dropped him back of the net. And he is slow to get up. Duchesne carrying it back into the Dallas zone. Morrow trying to stay with him. Goligoski poked it away, but right back to Duchesne. Out toward the line to Quincy. Moved it over. Shot, and that's blocked by a dropping Burris. That stung. O'Byrne again loading. Knocked down in front by Goligoski, who spun off the puck. It's medieval down there as they grapple away for it along the boards, and Ben finally tosses it to safety, but this will result in an icing call against Dallas. With 5.5 left in the second period, Stars entered the frame down 2-0. Power play goals from Louis Eriksson and Sheldon Surrey have it tied.
Boy, Adam Burris's fingerprints are all over this game, and real active here. A little cross check into the back of Stastny that the officials allowed to go on. Maybe a little love tap there, but he's been front and center for so many portions of the second period. In the goal mouth, won the faceoff on the goal with a little help from Jamie Benn, so he got an assist on the second power play goal, but he was front and center on the first one as well. Adam Burris, very, very active tonight, and has a new mark on his face, which I think he enjoys. He's one of those hockey players, yes. If he doesn't have a cut or some stitches, it's just not hockey season.
No. Won that face-off. They won this one too, and Goligoski getting that one to drift back into the Colorado zone. Stars can get their change. Kyle Quincy dropped it back to Ryan O'Byrne, reversing his way, and tossed it right to Alex Goligoski, who gave it away. Landeskog, a shot, pad save, rebound. He got that one from Winnick. O'Reilly swing and a miss.
There's the eraser. Make a mistake, and Kari will erase it.
Erickson now to Daly. The Stars are on the hunt. A shot, save, Varlamov. You don't want this game with Colorado, though. Landeskog turning into the Dallas zone. Letting it turn that aside as Daly bumped Landeskog off the puck. Erickson set it up for Ryder. He'll walk it in. Got past Hayda. In front to Erickson. Stick tied up. He scores! Oh.
Well, how often do you see the big save on one end turn into something big on the other end? That's what makes this sport unbelievable. Turnover in your own end. Goligoski with a fumble. Landeskog with a great chance. Kari stands up to that one. The rebound's even a better save. And back come the Stars. Ryder gets around a check. Pass intended for the slot area, but Fiddler's there to clean it up. Top the faceoff circle. The Stars have come charging back in the second period with 3.
Fiddler's third of the season. Michael Ryder with the primary assist at 15-21. And Surrey now wide open. Dvorak in. Shot it. Varlamov wants to keep that one. But one just got away. Sheldon Surrey tied the game. Vern Fiddler puts Dallas up. Stars 3-2 late in the second.
Stars come charging back in the second period. 3 goals. And the third one certainly worked out very well as Ryder's looking for Erickson. Erickson has his stick moved, and there it goes right to Fiddler. Fiddler maybe picking up a bit of a screen from the Avalanche defender Winnick. And Fiddler lets it rip into the corner, and the Stars come all the way back with the help of some power plays, but just really a momentum change where they were able to shift what was a very, very poor first period.
Fiddler had the game-winning goal against New Jersey the last time the Stars played. He is the 6th Dallas Star to record a game-winning goal this season. They've spread it around. Wilson in, blocker to side by Kari Lehtonen. Nystrom.
Just going to say, Ralph, I got to believe Fiddler's one of those people that fans are really going to like.
Oh, he's your classic Dallas Stars guy, and they've signed him for 3 years in the offseason. He's the only one of that group of guys that they signed for more than 2 years.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I wasn't real familiar. You just see him when you play Phoenix and that sort of thing. But watching him night after night, and Glenn Goldson was talking before the game about the fact that with Ott out, we look to other guys to bring the friction and the emotion, and Vernon Fiddler is the guy he named.
Kyle Quincy at the Colorado faceoff win. There was a whole mess of people in front of Kari Lehtonen. The puck missed the net. O'Brien very deep on the play. Party putting his stick in against Joachim Lindstrom. We have Lindstrom and Landeskog in the game tonight. Peterson got twisted up. Quincy dialing it in deep. Jones trying to step past Goligoski, who's going to draw a penalty. And lost position a little bit, and he's on his way to the penalty box.
Liner penalty number 54, holding.
Well, this
wait a minute.
Well, they got him for holding the stick, huh? Let's see. Holding the stick there. And
wow. Okay.
All right. Well, you know, here's a trend in the game. Stars take a bunch of penalties in the first period, concede a bunch of goals. The Avalanche take a bunch of penalties in the second period, and the game shifts. This is today's NHL, Ralph. The special teams decide so much. You got to stay out of the old sin bin.
Fourth power play of the game for Dallas. They are 2 for 3. Chewing it up pretty good along the boards. Ryder trying to chisel it loose. O'Reilly pitches it out. Robidas getting there first. Goligoski heaving it forward. Morrow across the ice to Ribeiro into the zone. Had to pull up. Wilson knocked him down. Robidas, Goligoski shooting and score! Ryder was in front. The Stars lead 4-2.
You know, in our open tonight, we talked about goals being scored off shots from the point or from shots from the point. Either way will work. You go with the rebound, but at times it's just, sometimes you can get a deflection, set the screen out front, impede the vision of the goaltender, and you get results like that. First Surrey, then Goligoski. Burish with the first screen on the Surrey shot, and Michael Ryder with a nice screen there. And there's Goligoski, who we said has been great all night, scoring a goal.
Stars have not had more than one power play goal in a game this season. They now have 3 in one period. That'll help the percentage. Goligoski, it appears to be his goal. 4-2 Dallas. O'Byrne taken off by Nick Grossman. Duchesne. This time Ryder and Benner there. Erickson from center ice. Across the line with Ben following. Stars stay in control. Ben put it in front, and Ryder squeezed off by O'Byrne. Here comes Stastny. All the way down the boards. Shot it from the angle. That's off Lettman. Now they score, the Avs. It was an awkward rebound. Ben threw it to the side. And Colorado's Matt Duchesne.
There he is again.
Makes it a 4-3 game. What a night.
Yeah, we have quite a game going on here, and this seemed rather innocent at first, but with that line on the ice and Matt Duchesne, who certainly has his confidence tonight, doesn't he, Ralph? He's skating around tonight like he's Joe Sakic in his prime. Matt Duchesne, heck of a player, and tonight getting that offensive swagger back in his game with 2. And several other close calls, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he could have about 4. Icing coming up here against Dallas. 2:05 left in the second period. The shots in this frame, by the way, Dallas has 11. Colorado has 9. But that one made its way in.
Oh, I went an extreme angle there. Kari trying to get over to the near post, but Duchesne beats him there with the puck. And this game has all sorts of twists and turns.
Surrey up ahead to Dvorak. He'll take the line. Puts on the brakes in the corner. There's Vern Fiddler. O'Reilly with the high flip out to center ice. Surrey backing into his own zone to his partner Stefan Robidas.
Well, you can believe the name of the game now is to get through the last minute 39 with a 1-goal lead or more for Glenn Gultz and get to the room with a lead.
And Sheldon Surrey will be talking to him at the break. So stick around if you'd like to hear more from Surrey. As we catch up, Robidas and Ribeiro assisting on the Goligoski power play goal. Duchesne's, of course, was unassisted. Went off Lettman. Ben fed it over. And it was a good shot. Avs keep this in. That's Stastny back on the ice. He scores from behind the line. Robidas eliminates the man. Lettman has trouble with the puck, and it's just that kind of night. It's 4-4, and you may never see that again from Kari Lettman.
Back and forth we go. Yeah, you're right. Kari does a really good job normally of not allowing for the bank shot deflection goal. He's quite sound in his fundamentals usually, but in this particular spot, I guess gets, does it get a piece of his stick as it comes around front? Well, he just lost track of that, and between the legs, he will not be pleased. And we're back to all square. So much for that idea of getting to the room with the lead.
Oh, there's still 86 seconds to play. Yes.
You know, going back to the Stars power play, you mentioned the stat about multiple power play goals. They only have 5 power play goals all season in 11 games. So to get 3 in one period, that's quite remarkable. But then 2 look what I found goals here for Colorado, and it's a crazy game tonight.
Well, as Bob Gainey used to say, some nights you play the game that's out there. Johnson back into the Dallas zone, leaves it for Hayduk. Shot it. Lettinen picked that up at the last second.
They all look promising.
Man. Dallas working it ahead. Morrow to Ribeiro. Shut it down at the line, but ran into Wilson. Stastny on the counter to Duchesne, trying to pick him up and get past. He's tripped. And just a tripping penalty, not the penalty shot. He was not clear and away from Grossman, but that had very much the look of a hat-trick goal for Duchesne written on it.
Oh, yeah, and the theme in the Colorado papers was just getting Duchesne and Stastny going, so they put them together tonight, and mission accomplished as far as getting Matt Duchesne to look like the elite offensive player he can be. Just another burst of speed, and Grossman probably wise to impede his progress and take your chances on the power play situation there, because Duchesne is lethal on his own.
What a wild game. 4-4 with 49 seconds remaining in the second period. Dallas hopefully will play that balance of the frame shorthanded.
Yeah, maybe it's just a contest of whose penalty kill can stand up.
Last shot wins it. Lettinen moved it up the boards. Ben to the line. Johnson handing it off. O'Reilly. Duchesne from his spot. O'Reilly out to Johnson. O'Reilly will hold it. Johnson with 10 left in the period. To O'Reilly. People in front. Shot, blocked, rebound, loose. And Erickson will make sure that we'll start the third period all square at 4.
Well, it won't be a night where we talk about scoring being down across the league. 8 goals already through 2 periods. And for the Stars to bounce back from a sleepwalking first, they'll be quite pleased with what they've done. But the way it got away there in the end means 20 more minutes to decide this one, Ralphie.
We'll come back and talk to Sheldon Surrey in 60 seconds. Ice Girls in Exmo. Clay, you're hired. 4-4 through 40 minutes. Dallas Stars 7 periods this year where they've scored 2 goals. They have never scored more than that until that middle frame, trailing 2-0. It got nutty.
Yeah, we have quite a few highlights here. Let's start with the first goal of the night for the Stars, down 2-0. Louis Eriksson, 2 whacks at it, and it works its way over the goaltender, Varlamov, and it's 2-1 there on the power play. Once again on the power play, win a faceoff. Ben with a nice pass out to the point and let Sheldon Surrey do the rest. Burris with a nice screen, and it's 2-2. Stars continue to roll. This one of the even strength variety. Michael Ryder looking for a centering pass to Louis Eriksson, but it goes over to Vernon Fiddler. Back of the net, 3-2 Stars. Back to the power play yet again. A third power play goal in the same period. Goligoski from the point. Takes a deflection here off a stick of Landeskog. Ryder right there with the screen. Traffic in front of the net, that's the key. 4-2, and everything's great. Until it's not great. And Jamie Benn here wants this play back as he fires it right to Matt Duchesne. You can't give him an assist, but it certainly handcuffed his goalie. And it's 4-3. Matt Duchesne having a huge night. And then Paul Stastny, who scored many, many goals in his career, many prettier than this. Kari Lettinen wants this one back. He just throws it, and it hits the inside of Kari's left leg. And it's 4-4. And let me ask you, Ralph, are you not entertained?
Dallas Stars have been extremely entertaining, especially at home this season, where they are 5-1. Bettered only by Chicago, Toronto, and the perfect Washington Capitals. Dallas will be there later this week. Colorado Avalanche, however, on the other side of the coin, 6-1 on the road this year. The guys in stripes have had their work cut out for them tonight. Chris Rooney and Dan O'Rourke are the referees. Pierre Rasico and Steve Miller are the linesmen. And Matt Duchene is hoping that the hat trick goal comes here as Colorado begins the third period with 1:11 remaining on a late period tripping call to Nick Grossman. So Dallas killing for the fourth time. They've surrendered one power play goal. The Stars came into play tonight fourth in goals against in the NHL. Colorado was 19th. So this is a little more unexpected for Dallas in terms of how they play. The Avs don't mind the run and gun.
Well, it's the 8th minor of the night, and there have been 4 power play goals. So this, if the Stars can't get the kill, it would be 5 out of 8 for both teams. And that just tells you the coaches know the key here. Stay out of the box tonight. It's not working.
Not working at all.
Stop doing it.
Colorado, however, not getting much done here. Start the third period on another fresh sheet. Now they set it up. Quincy passing it over to Johnson. Chase toward the line. Quincy holding it there. Along the boards to Milan Hajduk. Stastny going toward the front of the net. Hajduk into the corner for Duchene. Try to go to the forehand. Was swarmed, found Johnson. 15 left on the Goligoski minor. Duchene. Stastny in front, and that one tipped wide. There's Hajduk again collecting. Out to the line for Johnson. Stars get Grossman back in 5. Hajduk to the boards, and it took a hop toward Ribeiro, and out come the Stars. Ribeiro and Morrow. Grossman joining out of the box. Ribeiro to Morrow. Up high, missed the net, and it comes back out the center, and look out. Here comes Duchene and Stastny. Duchene cutting to the middle, and he was forced to turn by Vern Fiddler.
Nice job.
Morrow's pass, Fiddler finds at the line. Took Wilson's hit and then goes charging after it in the corner. Nystrom in to finish his check. Winnick fell. Nystrom goes after O'Byrne. Pitched it over the right to Dvorak, who shot it to save Varlamov. Dvorak again swung it. Didn't get it through. David Jones. The Dallas line. They feed it in front. Jones scores. Following up. Another loose play in front of the Dallas net, and Colorado retakes the lead. They surrendered at the 15:21 mark of the second period.
Yeah, and it's just one of those nights for Kari Lehtinen. He has been so good this season, and very few pucks have gotten away from him. But this one here, right to Winnick. And when that happens, you make it too easy on your opponent. Can't get the pad down in time, and it's 5-4.
It's Winnick, not Jones, pardon me. 34, not 54. They have those crazy numbers in Colorado.
It's just, you know,
and I need better glasses, maybe.
No, I'm with you, but we're just not used to Kari not totally controlling the puck in front of him tonight. Uncharacteristic, so that's a lot of times it's just about starting pitchers, Ralph. You find out their resolve when they have a night when they're fighting their stuff and trying to stay in the game mentally.
Face-off outside now, the Dallas line. Colorado was sort of mucked up there. So for Winnick, that's his third goal of the season. Acquired in a trade with the Phoenix Coyotes back in the summer of 2010. Stars looking to answer again. Dow pursuing the puck. O'Byrne back there. Peterson, Dow, and Barge, Dallas's fourth line. That's Goligoski. Send it along the boards. Avs pump it out. Party right back across. Moving in. Party shot it, and that's blocked aside. Winnick from O'Brien and Wilson. The latest. And now the Stars having trouble in their own zone. Gagliardi. Goligoski going over there to pursue. Wilson from the line, popped it around. Erickson kicked it away from Johnson, and tough pass up the middle. Ryder spins it off the boards. Erickson digging against Johnson, who leaps for Wilson. Whipped it up and out. Daly fell but got it forward. Ryder shot it, and that's off a stick. Michael Ryder will always look shoot.
Starting to wonder if it's which direction you're skating tonight. It seems like whoever's headed to your left there is struggling a little bit, because the Stars really fumbling with a lot of pucks in their own end here to start the third period. They look a little unsure of themselves yet again.
Can't blame it on basketball.
No, you certainly can't. You know what this reminds me of just a little bit?
What's that?
Game 5 of the '99 finals. Remember the game at Reunion Arena?
Yes.
7-5 game before the Stars won game 6 and 7. Just a crazy game.
It was against Colorado too, and now they whack away at the puck, and the sticks get up. Dallas's Brendan Morrow, per usual. That's his spot, the office, if you will, for Brendan.
Well, they need to get back to the ground and pound game, if you will, the cycle game in the offensive zone. And this line in particular is where they wanted to see a lot of that tonight. Burrish has really delivered. Morrow's been pretty good as well. But just slow down the transition game and really fight for your space is where those guys will specialize.
Burrish wins the draw, but we will do it again.
Burrish, a very underrated draw man, by the way. He doesn't get quite the action, but with this group, on Ribeiro's line, where Ribeiro's been struggling at the faceoff circle this season, they're going with Burrish, and it's working out quite well. They win another one.
Ribeiro out of the corner. Back of the net to Morrow. Is tripped up. Daly hustling down against Landeskog. And Colorado puts that into their own bench. Don't forget to play Powerball from the Texas Lottery for your chance to win big. The current estimated what is that? Annuitized. Annuitized jackpot is $20 million. So plated and annuitized. I should probably read before. And now there's a scuffle in front of the Colorado bench as I'm trying to pronounce annuitized.
Burrish and Morrow again.
You think they're arguing over the pronunciation of annuitized?
I think they're completely out on your promo read, but there's an edge to that line, and obviously both teams trying to grab the reins on this game.
Here we go.
Here's a look at it again. Burrish goes over to have a word because he sees a little too much talking, and he ends up on their bench.
Hey guys.
Like, wait a minute. I didn't get here by myself.
It wasn't really my desire or intent to wind up standing with these fellows. Fiddler and McClement. McClement captures his own draw off the wingers to his left. Dvorak holding it in. Fiddler collecting it back at the goal. Byrne put him down. And a penalty coming up. And Fiddler, got to be careful here. And now all the way over comes Kovacic. Hardy joining as well. And it is a full-fledged melee. Now on top of everything else, it's getting extremely nasty at ice level.
You know, this is the way it's drawn up, though, for the Stars in the old tough to play against motto. This line is what that's all about. Fiddler and Nystrom and Dvorak, 3 new Dallas Stars. But every time they're out there, they just have an edge about them. They get the body, throw it around, and they have a bad attitude. And that's exactly what you want from that line down your lineup, causing trouble, and in this case, drawing a power play. That's what you like. And most importantly, Ralph, pin them in their end. And that, you know, if you can get that, then good things happen, like power play opportunities where the Stars have 4 power play shots and 3 power play goals. Don't know if they can keep that pace up, but if they can, they're going to be in really good shape.
Let me throw something else at you. They play each other 3 times this month.
Colorado penalty, 2 minutes cross check.
Delicious.
They play in Colorado on the 18th and the 28th. They're back here on January 14th. So this should set up an interesting month.
And if you don't mind me saying, Stars Avalanche, that's the glory days. Let's get this rivalry cooking again, huh? What's wrong with that?
You bet. Dallas Stars defenseman came down, and so the faceoff comes outside the line despite the power play. Dallas's 5th crack at it. They are 3 for 4 in the game. Trevor Daly and Sheldon Surrey will man the points. Jamie Benn, Adam Burrish, and Louis Eriksson up front. Daly to Benn. Got past McClement. Collects the puck, whips it over to Surrey. Back to Daly. Sheldon Surrey. Winnick out immediately to challenge him. Ben bobbled the puck. He's engaged by O'Reilly, who shot it off Surrey to center ice.
Boy, but you said it. They go right to Surrey now. They will not let him get into his release.
Daly took the hit, got it around. Ben out to Surrey. Immediately again, out came Kobasu. Burish. Daly wanted the puck. He didn't give it to him. Back around behind for Eriksson. Out to the line for Surrey. Shot that, tip, save, and Burish trying to get there. Eriksson, Quincy, the defenseman, tripped up. He fell over Burish's stick. Eriksson rescues. Out to the line. Surrey diving, kept it in the zone, and now must back out as McClement hammered by Jamie Benn at center ice. And he'll give Ben a little talking to on his way to the Colorado bench. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Stars change 5 for 5. Alex Goligoski has a goal in the game, gives it to Ribeiro. Into the zone, swiveling to his left. Tossing it into the corner for Ryder. Cutting in there to find it was Jan Hejda. Goligoski kept it in. A bouncing puck to Robidas. Winnick got there to clear it. Landeskog going to be behind the goal line. Morrow distracted him. Goligoski stole the puck. Ryder took it across the line. Passing over to Robidas. He shoots. Save. Varlamov. And that one off an Avalanche player and into the screen over Varlamov's head with 6 seconds remaining on the Dallas power play.
Just a decidedly more aggressive penalty kill from Colorado. You can tell they've talked about, look, we can't give them time on the point. They're killing us from back there. With Surrey and Goligoski with the goals in the second period, being far more aggressive, challenging the points, and if the Stars can compose and complete a pass behind that, they should really have some outnumbered opportunities.
Fiddler recovers to Dvorak, a shot, he hit the post, rebound, score! Nystrom ties it.
It's a 10-goal night.
Wow.
And we're not done. There's that line I've loved all night. The Fiddler line has just been so good, so abrasive. And they play with the puck in the enemy end, win a faceoff there. And the Dvorak shot nearly as true. Hits the pipe, but there's Nystrom. There you go. Batted right back in. Beats Varlamov to the puck. It's in the back of the net, and it's back to all square. 5 aside.
It's an even strength goal, happened just after the penalty to O'Byrne had expired. Dvorak has a 3-game assist streak. That's Nystrom's 2nd goal of the season, and Fiddler has a goal and a helper, and we're tied at 5.
That's a really good line for the Stars.
Milan Hejduk hit by Nystrom, and he gets a penalty as Hejduk. I thought Hejduk got his stick up. Yeah, they're checking Nystrom. It's Dallas going right back to work when we come back in a 5-5 game. Don't go anywhere.
Now it's time for tonight's Miller Lite Taste of Greatness. And tonight, in a game of many goals, let's highlight the abrasive edge. Channeling the spirits of Richard Matvichuk, Peter Forsberg, Adam Foote, and the good old days of this rivalry. It's back. The hard edge, everyone going at it, elbows high, handbags at 5 paces. They're going at it tonight with bad attitudes, and it's a very spirited Friday night at the arena.
That was a power play goal, by the way. It happened right at the buzzer. So Dallas has 4 power play goals in the game. And they are 4 for 5. This is their 6th opportunity. Hejduk goes for high sticking, just the 2-minute variety. Daly, Surrey, there's Eriksson with the puck into the zone. O'Brien forced him to the boards and a bad pass out.
So with a power play goal here, not to get greedy, but they could equal their season total.
Correct.
With 5.
You're correct. They have 5 through the first 11 games. That cutter play, Eriksson in alone. He shoots. Save Varlamov. Centered it off the back of the goal. To Ben, a drive. That one off the side too. Eriksson looked at Burish. O'Brien took it away, and finally Landeskog shot it out. Surrey has Kobasu on his back harassing him. Spotting Trevor Daly. Up ahead to Ben. Left it for Burish. Landeskog got him from behind, picked his pocket, and back come the Avs. Winnick, I'm sure, shot it, and it dipped again on Lettinen. Goligoski to Daly in the Dallas zone as the Stars change forwards. The Ribeiro unit is up with Morrow and Ryder, and up comes Alex. Ribeiro moving into the zone. Held it, still holds it. McClement took it away, and Ribeiro trips him. Penalty coming up against the Stars. So that will take them off with 29 seconds remaining on the Hayduk minor, and teeing Colorado up for their 5th power play a half minute from now.
Yeah, and once again, we look at which penalty kill unit could get the job done here. Might end up winning this game and pulling the points. Just a case where Ribeiro overskates and then kind of sticks his stick out there and takes the feet out. So 4 aside for a little while, and then Colorado goes back on the job.
Alex Goligoski to Vernon Fiddler. Out at center ice, trying to get a step on Wilson, but he preceded the puck into the zone, hence the offside call. Shots are 31-20 in the game in favor of the Colorado Avalanche. 6-4 Dallas in period 3. Each team has a goal here in what has been an extremely wacky night, but fun at the American Airlines Center.
Yeah, lots of goals, and goals from up and down both lineups. You know, Fiddler and Nystrom and McClement and Winnick, and you know, it's not just the marquee names doing the scoring tonight. Everyone's a candidate.
Johnson has some room, shot at Lettinen, grabs that one, and more importantly, reels in the rebound.
Everyone's enjoying it except the goalies and the coaches. You know, there's always that philosophical discussion of a 1-0 game or a 6-5 game, and I know the coaches want 1-0,
right?
But the fans want 6-5, and it's the back and forth we go, is to entertain the patrons.
Burish was late getting off after that faceoff, but he just stepped away as the puck came his way.
Boy, they dropped the puck in a hurry on Adam.
5 seconds, Colorado goes on the power play for the 5th time. They have 1 power play goal in the game. And they came in with the league's 2nd best power play. Dallas was 25th. Ribeiro in the box, a dangerous guy when it ends, but here comes the equally dangerous Matt Duchene. In, shot, score! Hat trick for Duchene. And he clowned the Stars on that one for a 6-5 Colorado lead.
He's out of this world tonight. Matt Duchene, at the old age of 20 in his 3rd season, not off to a good start this season, but you wouldn't know it tonight. Look at that move, inside out on Robidas. And once that happened, you could just see Kari, not this guy again. And yes, it was a 3rd for Duchene. He had 2 on the season. Now he's up to 5.
Colorado 2 for 5 on the power play. Goal coming at 8:32. Kari Lettinen came into the game leading the National Hockey League with 8 wins, 3rd in save percentage, and 5th in goals against. As long as the win thing stays going, I don't think he'll mind the other numbers. Here comes Ribeiro trying to tie it. He shoots, and Varlamov is able to make that stop, as Ribeiro almost immediately answered Duchene's heroics at the other end.
It's one of those nights, Ralph.
Yeah.
And Ribeiro driving in hard. Varlamov with a big save there to keep this thing even. This thing has more lead changes than a basketball game. It's crazy.
Stars win the draw. Trevor Daly against the kid Landeskog. Wilson back of the net settling. He'll push it to safety.
Assisted by number 6, Eric Johnson, and number 44, Ryan
Johnson and Wilson with the assists. And I can't imagine you're scoring this at home.
If so, get a second piece of paper.
I need one.
6 power play goals combined tonight. Stay out of the box.
Ribeiro tuck that one down the boards. Morrow jammed by Winnick. Trying to go back to Ribeiro in the corner. Winnick high toss to center ice. O'Reilly's pass just out of Gagliardi's reach. Goligoski And now Ribeiro finishes him. Alex Goligoski also having a good night for the Stars. He's got a goal and an assist. No Star has more than 2 points in the game. Quincy laid it off. Kobasu reeled it in, and Ben outskating Gagliardi back into his own zone. Surrey, a leaping Kobasu held the zone. Surrey recovered. McClement from the corner. The crowd trying to spur on the Stars with half a period to play. Ben couldn't get it out. Robot out of Surrey. Here he comes through center. He'll fire that bomb. Save. Rebound toward Ben and out to the line. Robota scampering after it. Has a step on Duchesne. Centered it. And it's cleaned up and cleared by Paul Stastny. Colorado changing. Here come the Avs. Hayduk tips it in. 6-5 Colorado. Daly to Fiddler. Varlamov hard to the boards. Grossman holding it in. Nystrom tied it a couple of minutes ago, but that was short-lived. Fiddler chasing Johnson. Finishes him off. Nystrom and Fiddler will finish checks. Daly there for the icing touch-up against Colorado, giving us a chance to tell you that tonight's Stars game on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Amica Insurance. It's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. For more information, visit amicatexas.com.
Glenn Gallatin coming back with the fourth line here with Dowell, Barch, and Peterson as the Stars trying to get physical in the Avalanche zone to attempt to find an equalizer.
Dowell unable to win the faceoff. There's Jan Hayduk. Pass ahead. Winnick backing out. Colorado changing after they get it deep. Hardy forced wide, got it ahead. Peterson pursuing Wilson. Threw it away to Dowell. And a man on his back of the net. That's Barch. In front! Oh, and Peterson took a whack at it just wide. Kobasu with 8:15 to play. All the way in. Goligoski. For Adam Party. Good pass ahead for Ribeiro. He'll let Burish go battle with O'Brien. Burish cutting under the check. Slipped it along Ribeiro. Put it in front, but nobody's home. And here comes Duchesne. He's got 3 tonight, looking for a 4th. Shot at Surrey. Dissolved that attempt. Burish kicked it from skate to stick, and into the zone he comes. Robota wants the puck. Couldn't find him through the legs. Morrow back of the net. Ribeiro in the corner. Robota pinched. Duchesne out of trouble. Surrey to Morrow, and Dallas had a man in the zone offside. Burish, 7:23 left in the third period. Colorado clings to a very precarious 6-5 lead.
Well, the Stars just about get the equalizer. As crazy as that sounds, their 6th goal tonight. Nearly right here with Toby Peterson. As a Dowell with a shot from one side bounces off Varlamov. Peterson has the net, but just hits the outside of the pipe. And he'll be seeing that one in his sleep if the Stars cannot get even here.
Ben wins the faceoff at center ice. Johnson around the boards right, or cut it off. Couldn't handle it. Chase Landeskog, who got the pass away to center. Johnson pumps it, save. Rebound was there, but he kicked it out to Eriksson. Dallas will go. 3 Avs back. Eriksson takes the line. Left it for Grossman. Flipped it wide of the net. Eriksson collecting. Giving it to Ben. He shoots it. Varlamov with a toe save from a bad angle. Ben has Haida on his back. Eriksson in to help. Dribbles out toward Grossman. Pitch it into the corner for Louis Eriksson. Eriksson's goal that got it started for Dallas back in the second period seems like 2 days ago. Grossman, I mean, he tried. He tried to keep that puck in at the line. Not quite, Nick. Make your Thanksgiving plans early and don't forget to include your Dallas Stars family. See great games. Sharks are going to be here. That's my favorite. Then the Oilers and the Kings and the Maple Leafs the week of Thanksgiving. Bring the whole family for some fun around the holiday. Tickets start at $15. Nice time to spend when the kids are off school. Call 214-GO-STARS. Dallas Stars today. I tell you what, no matter how this game ends, you're going to leave this building tonight going, you know what? Man, did I have a good time.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Come see this team. It certainly plays with great adrenaline and resolve, and be interesting to see how they do on that road trip. It starts Sunday in Carolina.
Yep, that's going to be a toughie.
Oh,
4 games, and it's a weird trip too. They play Sunday in Carolina. They don't play again until Wednesday in Washington. Then they play Friday, Saturday at Pittsburgh, at Detroit.
Gimme, right?
Yeah, easy. Nothing to it. They played well at the Joe in recent years. Have not seen that new building in Pittsburgh. We might be the last team to get there. Here comes Goligoski. Shot it off Fiddler's skate. Dvorak from the boards. Shooting wide of the net. Winds its way all the way out to center. Stastny catches up to it at the Dallas line. Left it for Hayduk. Dropped it to Stastny. Shot it, and that went off Duchesne's skate and then came out to the near side. O'Brien over to Quincy at the left point. Shooting. Lettinen controlled that one. Fiddler scooping it out, off and down, and Dallas will get a change with 5:25 remaining in the third. Shots 35-24. Avalanche. Colorado leads 6-5. They led 2-0 after the first. The Stars grabbed a 4-2 lead. That quickly disappeared. Tied at 4 through 2. And now it's 6-5 Colorado. Dallas needs at least one more to get a chance against a team that's really tough past 60 minutes. Burish trying to get through Johnson. Now he's pursuing Hayda. Morrow stapled Hayda. Winnick to center. Winnick's been all over this game too. Nick Grossman winding it up. Here he comes. Ribeiro just offside at the line. Tough call, but it'll look correct. Stars have less than 5 minutes to get one to send this game to its most logical conclusion tonight.
The third pick in the 2009 NHL draft, Matt Duchene having his breakout game of the season. A slow start, but not tonight. Nothing slow about his night. First period, power play. Duchene comes around the corner between the legs of Kari Lettinen. Then a look what I found in the second period as Jamie Benn sends the puck in his direction. He beats Lettinen, and then it's time for the Timberland Pro stay on your feet play of the game. Oh, look at that. That is a goal scorer's goal to complete the power play, or to complete the hat trick, and what could be the game winner unless the Stars can do something in the final 4:39.
His counterpart, if you will, Jamie Benn, on the ice with Louis Eriksson and Michael Ryder. McClement opposing Benn outside the Colorado line. 4:39 to play in the third period. Colorado leads 6-5. Crowd ready to explode again. Dallas finds some late period heroics. Eriksson pressuring McClement out to center ice. And he put that one into a ducking Dallas bench.
Just so many different styles of game over 82, but this is one, as we mentioned, where a lot of things go wrong. Can you still get results on those nights? Can you still pull a point, maybe even get 2? It's a great test for a team that has had a nice long rest. Can they finish late in the game with those fresher legs?
Ooh. And now it's Benn pushing Stastny.
Ben's had an edge tonight, hasn't he?
Yes.
And, you know, it's just been a night where some things have not gone right for him with the puck, but he's certainly not going quietly.
Avs shoot it in. Lettinen back of his net. Surrey. Ryder picked it up off Stastny, and there he goes with Benn and Eriksson. Ryder curling up. Robidas scores!
Well, there's some secondary, second wave offense. You skate into the zone, and then you look for that trailer, and there he is. Robidas pounds it. Ben again. Boy, it's been a great night for screening the goaltender. Ben with traffic. Did he get a piece of it?
I don't know, maybe.
But shots from the point generate offense. And sometimes that second wave is so difficult to mark that you can really open things up.
If it's Robidas' goal, Dallas will have 3 goals from defensemen tonight. Ben made contact with the goaltender, but it looked incidental, and after the puck had already found the back of the net. At any rate, it's 6-6. With 4 minutes to play, Adam Burish into the Colorado zone. Johnson takes the body. Morrow pounding Hayda back of the net. Burish chipped it along. Johnson skipped it past Ribeiro. Fans again chanting. Here's Daly from the line. Whisking it around behind. Hayda blocked it with the skates. Morrow all over him. Burish into the corner. Morrow to Ribeiro. See how Landeskog plays him. Ribeiro walked right into Hayda. Now chases the puck, but it's Winnick who has a step, and out he comes to the Dallas line. Winnick dropped it out. Shot, save, rebound, and that one's also knocked to the boards. Now it's loose in front, backhander up high from Winnick.
Put a leash on him.
Is it Ben's goal? They gave it to Ben? They gave it to Ben.
Yeah.
So it's Ben from Robidas and Ryder. Ben has a goal and 2 assists in the game. Here's Fiddler. Pursued all the way out of the zone, but he'll keep Wilson away. This game has had a nasty edge. It has reminded us of those great days, Dallas and Colorado, settling President's trophies and conference seeding and Western Conference Finals. 6-6. In come the Avs with 2.5 to play in regulation. Hardy back of the net, swung it away from Kobasu. He took the hit. Goligoski also peeled off a check, gave it to Nystrom at center ice. He's locked up. Colorado is in and onside, but Goligoski has the puck. Adam Pardy to Jamie Benn. Colorado's changing, so are the Stars. Benn on his own, flipped it in. Varlamov. Puck played him, and it squeaked off to the side. Quincy to Hayduk. Kicked it off to Duchesne. It was a bouncing puck. He shoots it. Lettinen put it back in the net. Milan Hayduk to the line. O'Brien for Quincy. Shooting. Tip. Save Lettinen. Erickson up the wall to Ryder. Trying to catch up to it at center. He'll tuck it down the boards for the change with 1:40 left. O'Brien dipped the shoulder, dropped it in. Daly back of the net, unleashed it. Burish. Ribeiro slowed to find it, and then he'll chip it in. There's Hayda. Morrow gave him a tap. Burish put it into the corner. Morrow trying to bang Hayda off the puck. Burish a shot, save, and the rebound cleared to the line. Daly took it out, brought it back in with 1:11 to play, and then Daly being taken to task. Winnick's there, Landeskog's there, all 10 are there. One of the linesmen goes down.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
This game's been turned up to 11 all night. 6 goals aside. Bad attitudes, big hits, incidents and accidents. I mean, it's crazy.
It's an instant classic.
It really is.
It's an instant classic.
A pleasure just to be here. So, Burish with the wrister. Morrow just about got to that rebound. If he did, he'd have Varlamov dead to rights. And there's the 18-year-old Landeskog taking on Daly at the blue line. And sticks and gloves a-strewn. It's at that point of the game where I think both coaches would be happy to agree that they each get a point and let's play for the third. You don't want to score 6 and lose in the 60th minute.
No. What am I telling you? Gulletson, it looks like he could be in a 1-0 game right now.
You know, and just from a standpoint, I know coaches will look at this game and shake their heads, but everyone else standing ovation. This is Great product right here. You don't want to give up 2 goals a period, which is Colorado's pace. The Stars took the first period off, sort of, got the 4 spot back.
So we're going to have early 4-on-4 here.
What does your memory tell you about 6-6 Stars games? How far back do we have to go?
It's been a while. 4 of Dallas' 6 goals coming on power plays tonight. Colorado has scored 2 power play goals. No shorties. Erickson, Ben, Goligoski, and Grossman for the Dallas Stars. O'Reilly, from whom we've not heard much tonight. Gagliardi, Wilson, and Quincy for Colorado. A minute until we get to overtime. Erickson to Ben. Toward Erickson. Speeding after the puck. He'll pick it up late.
Nice idea.
Quincy. Now Ben took it away. Knocked it into the corner. Erickson held up on his way to the puck. 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. All tied at 6. 4-on-4 with the matching minors to Daly and Winnick, and in comes Duchesne. Coming to the middle. Couldn't get it off. Amidst 4 Stars. Robida nudged it ahead. Fiddler took it across. Dvorak couldn't explode through. 15 seconds left. I assume there'll be at least 1 more scoring chance per team. Dvorak trying to keep Colorado 200 feet away. Johnston passing ahead. Hayduk. Robida gets us to overtime.
It had to go to overtime.
Yes, it
right?
did. Yes, it did.
Amazing. What a game, and we still search for the winner.
Jamie Benz, 3rd of the season, ties it. Stars and the Avs. Overtime is next. Colorado comes in with a 6-1 road record that has been buoyed severely by what they've done on the road. All those trips past 60 minutes have come away from Pepsi Center, and they're 4-0, including 3 shootout wins at Columbus, at Montreal, and at Chicago. The overtime win, David Jones scored at Toronto. For the Stars, 2 shootouts, both against the Phoenix Coyotes, 1 here and 1 in Glendale. And so we'll see as the matching minors stay up for 49 seconds, 3-on-3. And this is like a dream tonight. I mean, what else would you want? Now you got 3-on-3. Duchesne, Johnson, and Quincy. Surrey, Robida, and Ben. In comes Duchesne. He's got a step. He shoots, and he's wide with it.
I was going to say 3-on-3. I would imagine they were told to stay on Duchesne's hip. And he got a rush of daylight there for a moment.
Ben in with Surrey. Ben shot it, and Johnson forced that wide. 22 seconds left on the matching minors. Johnson into the zone. Wants Duchesne. Found him. But Surrey finds the puck. He'll come to center ice and knock it deep for the change. In 10, Winnick and Daly will be available. Overtime hockey here. 6-6. Each team guaranteed a point in the standings. We're playing for the extra point. Matching minors have expired. It's 4-on-4. And that's 44. Wilson into the Dallas zone. Grossman chasing Stastny. He'll ring him up in the corner. Ribeiro chipped it free. Sliding it over to Goligoski. Alex has had a big night, and up he comes. Leading the charge, passing down the boards toward Morrow. Morrow and O'Brien knocking each other around in the corner. It shoots free, and here's Stastny.
Well, with the open ice, you're just tempted as a defenseman to jump into the play, but you got to be so careful that you don't surrender a 2-on-1 the other way.
Stastny brings it right back in. Shoveled it through, tipped and a save. Lettinen on that off-speed shot that changed direction about a foot in front of his net.
He did not see it.
Landeskog got his stick tied up at the side of the Dallas goal. Goligoski racing ahead into the Colorado zone. All the way in. Puts on the brakes, threw it in front, nobody home. Almost 2 minutes into the overtime period. Great play by Ryder to tap it away from Duchesne. Hayduk back of the net. That's O'Reilly in front. Hayduk shoots and a save. Lettinen, he poked it ahead.
Oh, don't do that.
Ribeiro to Ryder. Here he comes. 4 Avs back, and it's just Ryder with Ribeiro. Colorado breaks it up. Hayduk to the Dallas line. Fiddler from behind was pressuring. Hayduk waiting for help on the change. Spotted Quincy. Couldn't get the shot away. Stars muscle it to the wall. Ryder taps it back. Robidoff backing in midway through the overtime period of a 6-6 game with the Stars and the Avs. If you just joined us, go watch it again somewhere. Fiddler tried that short side shot. Ryder crawling after the puck. He can't get there. Fiddler helped work that puck to Daly. Robidoff backing in, gives it to Eriksson. Eriksson and Ben, here they come. Into the zone, Eriksson gave it to Ben. Tried to return the pass, and Duchesne cut it off. Up ahead through center ice. Lindstrom in. Turning, shooting. That's blocked by Goligoski. Lindstrom centered it. Shot by Johnson over the top of the net. Less than 2 to play in the overtime. Johnson taking it out to the line, leaving it for Hayda on the interchange. A blast! Looking for Duchesne on the back door. Johnson shot it in front. Hayda! That one's blocked, and Lightning got what was left. Stars need to get it out. They will. Daly ahead to center ice. 90 seconds remaining in overtime. Daly taking it deep into the corner. A spray of snow as now Eriksson is in there too. Hayda trying to bounce him off the puck. The Stars need a change, and Eriksson holding off 2 Avs. Ben going after the puck deep. The Colorado zone. Jamie Benn out to the line for Robidoff. Looked at Surrey. Back of the net to Eriksson. Eriksson twisting away from Hayda. In front to Ben. He scores! Oh!
There is your NHL.
Man, you have got to be kidding me. What a hockey game. Unbelievable.
To be fair, the Avalanche were dominating overtime. Ben and Eriksson to the rescue. Maybe a fortunate bounce there, but Ben finishes it. And what started as maybe not his most successful evening turns into, what, a 4-point night, or did he not get a piece of that? Maybe that's Eriksson's goal. I guess I'm not sure, but I'm also not sure it matters.
I think it's Eriksson's goal. It looked like it went off Johnson.
13 goals and an overtime winner, when seriously the first 4 or 5 chances of the extra session were all Avalanche. But Kari Lehtinen, on a night where he concedes 6, makes big save after big save late. The Stars pulled 2 points.
Let's go to Bill Alderman now for tonight's 3 stars. Some technical issues downstairs. It appears as if Stefan Robidoff and Jamie Benn are 2 of the game stars. I'm not sure that Ben got that goal. In fact, I think it's Eriksson's, but who cares? I mean, what a night.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that overtime winner. Eriksson just comes around the corner and quite wisely says, let me throw it in the general direction. Something good could happen here.
Eriksson's goal.
Oh, it actually
at
looked
3:55.
That looks like Varlamov maybe gets a skate on the puck. And Eriksson does get the goal in the arena.
So Eriksson finishes the night with 2 goals and an assist. That's 8 goals for the season. I believe the NHL leader had 10 coming into play tonight. And the Stars, despite being outshot 40-29, win the game 7-6.
And you guys always say, it's the first to 7, right?
First to 7, always. Ian Kinsler got us started, and then the mayhem ensued. Colorado had a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes. The Stars roared back, and it was 4-4 through 2. Dallas ties the game late, and then in the overtime frame, they win it 7-6. For Bob Sturm, I'm Ralph Strangis. Hope you enjoyed this one. More on the postgame show now.